Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm your host. I'm a fellow of Royal Institute of Canada, certified international property specialist, real estate broker record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. Tonight, I picked up a topic, clear present dangers of falling in love with the property. When you engage a real estate professional to perform real estate services to buy your property, they go through very extensive training and also preparing you when you are attracted to a property, how to negotiate a deal. They do select the properties for you on the area that you like the property. And they will do research and collect data and analyze things for you to make sure that you are prepared and educated to make a decision, and they will help you to create a budget when you're buying a property. They always create a detailed comparable market analysis, direct cost or any cost analysis that you need before you make a decision. And they also make sure that you qualify for the mortgage and you have a budget. Falling in love with the property is a common human factor. People fall in love all the time. Anytime they want to fall in love, then they buy a car or buy household goods and stuff. They love it and they buy it. But the cost of buying a car or even the furniture or household stuff is much cheaper than buying a property. Buying a property is the biggest financial decision of your lifetime decision of a person. And it will affect you for a long period of time if the decision is not made. So when the danger is falling in love of the property is that, first we need to find out what are the causes that can cause that you can fall in love, but what are the causes that prompted you to do that? So first of all is the location, because you have chosen a very specific area and that you want to move in, and you've been watching MLS system or working with your realtor for a period of time, and all of a sudden the property shows up. Now, it's not only be you, there could be a lot more people. So it attracts you. Then you're going to drive by and you look at the exterior finishes, a good landscape, nice property, and that attracts you. It provides the a legal driveway for parking 4 cars, 6 cars, or depending on the size of the house. Okay. And then real estate professional book showing, and you will go with the person to show the property to you. The moment you open the door and you like the very, very nice high foyer area. But you notice that the floor tiles are a little bit outdated. And then you look on your living size is okay, reasonable, but they don't have any hardwood flooring there, or they are very old hardwood flooring. When you look further, your laundry room tiles are not good, your appliances are old, and then you go up on the staircase, very nice polished staircase and railing, but they are outdated. They look nice, but they are outdated. Then you walk into the family room, same thing, hardwood is old. You see some bright lights in there, it's very, very bright, very difficult to observe things. But you also go to the kitchen, you see that tiles are outdated, appliances are not there, kitchen cabinets are okay, but you think you want to change it. You need a granite countertop, you need a high tall because the ceiling is high, you want to change the cabinet. So, you are kind of creating an expense on you, especially your wife and husband are going there, each one have their own opinion. And they talk about the budget because they already know what the budget they have before they went there. From there, you move around to the dining room. You need some painting or renovations that needs to be done. And all the way up the bedroom sizes are good, but the hardwood, they have all the carpet. You have kids that has allergy, you want to have a hardwood. So there will be a cost. depending on the house, let's assume it's 3,000 square feet. So it's going to be a significant cost, especially due to pandemic, shortage of supply. Costs have gone up 35 to 40% in construction. So that adds up. Then you go after you need to update maybe the bathroom, master bedroom. Bathroom is not good, so you need to update that. So you're looking through but they're nice and clean, but they're outdated. So, average a master bathroom, depending on who you want to hire, costs you $25,000, $30,000 to $50,000. Each bathroom can cost you maybe $10,000 to $15,000 to upgrade, change the things, flooring, and it's not only just to replace something. You have to dispose of things. You have to remove them. It costs you more money to remove things to put back. So now you look at the nice chandelier is shining in the middle, but then the house needs to be updated. Then you go to the basement, you look at the furnace is old, then you can see that air conditioning is old. They're working, but these are potential things because they have a life that you need to spend some money and update these things. So you are going through this, but you like the location. You like the house. It has a stonework outside, but inside it was not updated. But this is the only house available. So what happened is that love the property. When you fall in love is an emotion. It's not a true love. Because when you fall in love and you discover something was wrong, and you're going to start hate. But when you love truly, you will never hate. So at this time, you have scenarios where you love the property, your one spouse love the property, and you're looking at a budget, and you're trying to see. So what you do, are you going to ignore the defects? Because those are not part of your budget that you created before you start hunting the house. Because each defect will cost you money. So if the hardwood is about $50 per square foot, so it's a 3,000 square feet, let's say is about 60% of that, time 15, that's your money. You need to change kitchen appliances. Kitchen can cost you $80,000 to $100,000, depending on what you want to do, where the money is going to coming from. Okay, this is why it's ever important to think about you fall in love. There's nothing wrong with falling in love with the property, but can you afford it? And this is where important thing is a good real estate professional keep everything under check. Because you never make a decision and you contradicting common sense and logic. You never allow your client to contradict the common sense or a logic. If your affordability has a threshold, a ceiling of certain amount, because on your declared income on T4, declared income on notice of assessment by CRA, your income is not increasing if you are a 9 to 5 employee. Therefore, you have a fixed ceiling. Beyond that, you cannot do. Now, with new mortgage interest rate going up, which has gone up by Bank of Canada, so now your qualification is 5.25 to qualify. If you go and use a contract rate, is a special rate, let's assume it's 4.95, they need to add 2% as a contingency bank. This is about the banks. So you're being qualified at 6.95%. If your qualification for variable rate is 4.95 as of today. So your ceiling will come down, your purchasing power will come down. So let's assume that you have done that and that's why you created the budget. Now you have no room to move from that budget. If you increase that budget, that means you have to incur more cost to buy the property, and you're going to go over the asking price. During the pandemic, realtor agent was underlisting the property very significantly, and then it going over the list price, so nobody know what is the real price of the property is. I have lots of clients that we did not pursue the properties because it was unpredictable, and now this year I was helping a lot of them to buy it because they did have the money, they have a good deposit, they have a source of funding, they know where the savings are, where to upgrade unless they're a first-time buyer. So we have a calculation. For your information, I am a principal broker and president of Canada Express Mortgage Inc., license number 13241. So I am competent professional to give you advice, as I do advise on real estate, because I am a real estate broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. And also I'm a fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada. And so I can give you good advice. So first of all, ignoring the facts. What will happen is that sometime during this bidding war, when we were going there, people bought the property, and all of a sudden, OFC rule changed the benchmark rate, and then all the banks changed it. Money that I borrowed to help my kids to go to medical school, I paid, let's say, $350 a month. Now I'm paying almost $1,000 for the same amount that was already spent a year ago. It has tripled. And this is why, unless you have a fund, a flow of money coming, or you are cutting down your expenses. So falling in love with the properties, there's nothing wrong with that, but as long as you use the logic and common sense. Now, what is the common sense? Unless you have created a CMA and you created a budget, you don't offer asking or more than asking, because your real estate profession will calculate the value of your property to make sure this is the estimated value of the property. The decision to put the amount on the offer by the buyer, what to offer, what seller to accept, is with the clients, buyer or seller. But at least you have provided them logical information, calculations, so they can make a informed decision. And that decision to go a certain threshold, your bank will give you, this is your ceiling. For example, if you have $80,000 income and you put 20% down, you only qualify for $355,000. That's it. That means your mortgage will be $355,000. You may be able to go to $450,000 to purchase, and you put 20% down, and you bring it back to $355,000. But if you stretch yourself beyond that, money has to come from somewhere. You may have to cut down the trips. You may have to stop expensive buying gifts for friends and family, or you cut down. Maybe you hold on your payment for your new car. Maybe you carry on with the car you have right now for a year or two until you get everything is okay. So that means some balancing act has to take place to balance the prices between the gap of purchase price, what is the amount allowed by the bank. Recently, when this interest rates are going up, there was a lots of agent. I have spoken to quite a few lawyers, and they were telling me, and there was in the news, I think I read in British Columbia, hundreds of deals of a condo unit fell apart because they did not close it. And the builder has to pay the expenses, or those people will lose their deposits. So there is going to be litigation and challenges because it's beyond people's control. People lost their job, or they are not interested to pursue because there is no sense of carrying a mortgage if they lost $200,000-$300,000. As I mentioned in the report, in our Realty news flash, almost 256,000 or 69,000 has dropped from February 22, the highest price, to now to August. There is a slight increase from July to August in terms of average value in GTA, 905 and 416 area. So again, we go back to your logic about it. So use that. And most importantly, if you went ahead and give them the asking price, what will happen? You won't get a mortgage. What are the rules of the mortgage? I can show you. They want verification of your income. They want minimum 2 years of your T4 or T4As. T4A, particularly for the employer, if you are self-employed, they want you to put 35% down. Now, if you notice of assessment, so they want to verify your income. You're self-employed, they want to send them T5, T1 journal, and lots of other information. Then they look at, see what is the property that you have. If you're refinancing or you're buying it in this case, have you sold a property? Is proceed of that sale of the property is coming to pay for the future property that you want to buy, and when it's closing. I was talking to a lender today about a client, and they're saying you need to close that property before you can close the other one that my client wants to buy. And it was very clear, crystal transaction. So that means you cannot or you should not close buying and selling the same day. So that means you close on 15 and you close next one, maybe a week later or 10 days later or 5 days later or 2 days later, you got the money, you let it stay with the lawyer and you close it days because the bank says, oh, you got the money. And you, the same lawyer who is selling your property, is buying your property. Sometimes it's inevitable that you want to have both blend together on the same day, selling and buying together. It's very challenging, but don't do it on Friday because that Friday is kind of tough day for everyone. Now, if you don't get a mortgage, you have a conditional agreement of purchase sale. And that happen if you don't have a conditional. You did a firm offer, you don't get a mortgage. Now you're at risk of losing it. And this is why it's very, very important, real estate professional. We have an Ontario regulation under REBUT 580/5, a code of ethics. We have to do due diligence. We have to assist and give them a competent, honest advice to your client and educate them about what's going on. So that means you created a budget, you ask them, and then they go for it. That's their choice. Now, I would never remove a mortgage condition unless I have a firm commitment or I have the money, cash money to buy a house, mean money in the bank. So it all depends on circumstances. You have to judge yourself. You have to review these things. The CN is going to be still the buyer, and buyer is going to face the consequences. So we're going to take a short break and we continue our conversation, the danger of falling in love with the property.
खूबसूरत और दिलकश ज़ेवरात का बेमिसाल मरकज मक्का ज्वेलर्स आपकी खुशियों में बराबर की शरीक, जहां आपको मिलेगी आपकी पसंद की कंगन, चोकर, सतलड़ा, झुमके, चंदनहार, बेशुमार डिजाइन की अंगूठियां और चूड़ियां। तो आज ही तशरीफ लाएं 7086 एयरपोर्ट रोड, मिसिसागा। आपकी ज्वेलरी देखकर लोग यही कहेंगे, मक्का ज्वेलर से लिए हैं क्या?
Welcome to POC Homes Builder Incorporated. We design and build custom homes for landowners, low-rise condo buildings, plazas as well as the industrial sector. We are a registered builder, vendor with HCRA to build homes across the province on Ontario. We provide Tarian warranty in accordance with Ontario New Home Warranties Plan Act.
We build your dream home.
Call us today at 905-904-5353. and shawarma. Now serving from 4 locations.
KK Travel believe in providing everyone the first-class customer service. We take care not only for your air ticket, but dignity and respect as well. We are available for you anytime on WhatsApp, even while you are in Pakistan or any other destination. KK Travels guarantee lowest prices and are open to price match any airline.
We are KK Travels under supervision of Gas Khan at 905-367-9433 or visit www.gaskhontravels.com.
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, वर्लपूल, एलजी, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 905-625-5900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं जो आप बाआसानी से ले सकते हैं। At Dixie, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
Zoc. Now it's fully renovated. Live catering, barbecue, tandoor, जलेबियाँ और फ्रेश नान। तकरीब आपके घर में हो या घर से बाहर, Zoc is providing full service now, and Zoc has opened a new banquet hall, garden event center. आपका Zoc देखकर लोग कहेंगे क्या Zoc है आपका? Call right now 905-625-7786. Zoc वालों के लिए।
Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz and Tema in Canada, around the world. My name is Tahir. We're talking about dangers of falling in love with a property. There is nothing wrong with falling in love with a property if you are prepared to negotiate a deal that you can manage and maintain the property when you borrow a loan from the bank. For a period of time, you make a commitment. Important thing is to make sure you can afford it. There are a couple of things I want to talk about is that you like the property because it's a very high demand area. You like the property because it's close to community center, swimming pool, other recreation facility. It's very important, it's close to the school that your kids wants to go to school. You're very close to the hospital that you like. You're very close to the fire department in case of a fire. So it's all well connected with the highways and all accessibility. And most importantly, all the shopping center, clinics. You can walk out to the plaza, buy things, milk, food, or whatever, grocery. And these are the attractive things. And on top of that is a very nice area. It has a very exterior and interior attraction. Obviously, it requires some improvement, and this is where the budget will come into the play. Okay, now, who can afford it? Who can buy this property? Investor. Investor buy the property, they look at the figures. They don't look at the property. They know how much they need to invest, and they want to rent it or buy it. They have done their analysis. They're going to go a little bit aggressive to pay a little bit more than you because they are in this business to buy the property, fix the property, and hold it and flip it. If you are a homeowner, you want to live for property and you want to enjoy it, it's a lifetime opportunity for you, and you may extend a little bit yourself to pay a little bit more because this is a lifetime opportunity for you to buy it. So there's nothing wrong with it. As long as the money that you are paying it, you are able to calculate to make sure you can carry it. It's not acquisition of the property, it is more maintenance of the property because you still have your car payment, you still have insurance payment, you have the home insurance, you have a mortgage payment, and sometimes, depending on the type of job, you may want to get the mortgage insurance. They will charge you 99 cents for every 1,000. And it come up with, couple of hundred a month. but it gives you assurances for a year or two, whatever, based on your insurance, that in case somebody lose job, that you can pay the bill until you find a job. Or someone who's a renovator, handyman, and he's going to fix the unit. He doesn't cost him more money. You know, in renovation business, material may be 40%. 60% is cost of labor. And if a renovator is buying the property, he's going to fix it for living or fix it and flip it and put it in the market for sale. You also have to think about the taxes. If you are flipping, capital gain tax. If you're buying and selling, are you doing it once in a while or are you doing it regularly? CRA will be watching you. You have to declare your income if you make a profitability. Or sometimes they assign the deal to someone else after fixing it or whatever. So you have to make sure that you're declaring the income. And the capital gain is, it's very important that you talk to your lawyer and you also talk to your accountant to make sure the tax implication in terms of capital gain, how this is calculated. This is very important. Now, the most important thing that I worry about is risk of losing equity due to marketing fluctuation. This is exactly what is happening right now. People who have bought the property in 20 and 2021 probably pay the highest price. As of today, we are close to 21 prices right now. There's going to be average price increase, but average month to month, if we compare to last August to now August, small variation, very small. We're still in a positive, but very small. Technically, not much increase there. I was looking at the prices on this here. For example, now our average price in 21 was 1,070,201, and now is 1,779,500. So let's say an increase of $9,300, an average price increase from last August to this August in GTA 905 and 416 area. So, but if you have taken a variable mortgage and your mortgage was $2,000, with the variable rate going up the way it did now at 5.49, I took a line of credit, which is variable on a prime, was 2.54. Now is 5.54. 5.45. So 3% increase. So my payment was going $300-400, now it's triple, gone up. And that's what happened to the people in many areas where people have used every cent for the dollar to acquire the property, and they have no room to adjust it. And what happened if market fluctuate? Now you can see that the average price was much higher. It was 1,333,000 in February, and now is 1,079,000 in August. So you can see that there is a decline of that much money. So that means we lost money. Somebody who bought in February has lost the money, and they're going to carry that $200,000-300,000 loss depending on based on the average price. So those are called equity, because you are losing equity and you are paying something. It takes away the motivation, and also less money available to you to draw in case your son or daughter wants to go to university, medical, engineering school, higher education. You want to borrow money from your line of credit, it's going to cost you a lot more money. And your variable mortgage has gone up now. And at this moment, I advise all my clients to keep it variable, because it's very likely that from 12 months to 18 months, hopefully it will start coming down. It's impossible to sustain that type of interest rate at the moment in the marketplace. Viewers, we still have a shortage of housing. Before pandemic, 45 to 55,000 units were short across Canada. Our population is coming, more immigrants are coming, and lack of construction material strike during early 2022, and production of lots of manufacturing is not taking place, so cost of construction has gone up 35-40%, and labor costs gone up, transportation costs gone up. You go to grocery, you know how much is going up. You buy a car. You can't buy a car because it's not available. Manufacturing is taking 1 year, 2 years time on the luxury vehicles. Some even the average car, 3 to 6 months to book now to get the car. And these are the situation we are, uncertain condition we are in. And in this situation, if you buy a property and unfortunately you have to sell it, so you bought it because you fall in love with the property and you pay overprice. And the other danger is before closing the property, no lender, especially 20%, conventional mortgage, bank wants to have an appraisal done. You must have a provision in your agreement offer that you want to get appraised, and then you get your mortgage approval. Therefore, you are safe. Once the bank gives you a commitment, they're going to close it. But what will happen if you remove the condition and 10 days before closing, they do appraisal, it comes down $50,000 less than what you paid for. How are you going to come up with $50,000 at closing? And these are things that you have to budget it, plan it, create a contingency, 5 to 10% contingency funds to unforeseen circumstances where you can protect yourself and you can carry on your payment, make sure you don't default on your payment. This is why it's very important. When you fall in love with a property, the danger is if you're not prepared. You need to hire a real estate professional that you have a confidence, his experience. Look for those people who have a fellow of Royal Institute of Canada. Now, I'm a fellow of Royal Institute of Canada, and come to me. I can help you. Call my number 905-785-9923. I can guide you, assist you to make sure you make informed decision when you're buying and selling, and the danger of falling in love in real estate, a property that you want to enjoy, you want to go with your family. This is a necessity. You have to have a house. You want to be proud homeowner. So you make effort. You might have to cut down some trips. You have to cut down your buying expensive car. You cut down other expensive, they're not important. Then you can take away that small money and pay it to secure that property. So thank you very much for watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of the Realty Institute of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty, and your host. See you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Thank you. Bye for now.